Beat him senseless.
You and me and you, we gonna throw down. That's right, we gonna get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast with your host, Jeff Fuller, and your co-host, Anthony the Tiger Cruz, bringing you the latest sports updates and interviews with your favorite athletes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fuller Broadcast Show, 24/7 Sports News. I'm here with my co-host, Anthony Cruz. Tiger
Cruz.
Yeah, man, it's one of those.
Don't you forget.
I don't forget. All right, so how was your day so far?
Good, man. Good. I did a little training yesterday in the gym. Did a little training here at home. So I'm trying to get it in, man. You know.
Yeah, I've seen you send some pictures. You look like you're looking good right now.
I'm not really peak. I'm training, but I'm not peak. You know, for fighting. You know, not yet, but I'm getting there.
All right, so we have Juan Torres coming on our show and Rocky Long. Both of these fighters know each other. I think cool. Rocky Long was training Juan back in the days when he was little, I guess. So let's bring them on.
They're still active, or what's going on with him?
They're still active. Juan Torres, he's a pro boxer. He just had a fight a couple weeks ago.
Ah, nice.
And Rocky Long, I think he's waiting for a fight to come up. I'm not sure when. That's why I'm asking.
Well, make sure you guys tune in August 15th because Frankie the Answer Edgar, part of Team Renzo Gracie, is fighting the UFC. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, so I gotta support my boy. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so it looks like there's going to be a lot of lockdowns coming up soon.
Yeah, well, things are getting worse and worse and worse, and even though they don't want to do it, they feel that they're obligated to do it in order to slow down the virus. But it's sad overall. Like everybody's just freaking out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people already lost their jobs. A lot of people already lost their business. Still, a lot of people are not getting help. And here comes the second wave again. It's crazy, man. We're living in real tough times, man. It's unbelievable, really.
What's weird is I know Florida, they're getting more testing and more bigger. And Arizona, it's getting a lot worse here. So that's why I don't want my kids to go to school.
I told people here, listen, they don't have universal testing yet. They don't have a vaccine, but they want the kids to go to school with no plan or no safety plan whatsoever. Like every county could come up with their own plan. So you're relying on people, they're not expert on this, to be expert on this. That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not right.
Yeah, I talked to a teacher down here. I was like, kids are not ready to go back to school. If you're gonna have them wear their mask all day,
no. So that's why I was talking to my girls. Like, so let me hear this. So you have to sit down in the same spot for how many hours all day. There's no class transfer. You're gonna sit and study and eat lunch in the same spot, all day, every day. An adult couldn't even do that. You see what I'm saying? But you want a kid to do that? That's not being realistic. It sounds good. That's not being realistic.
Yeah. All right. Oh, well, I'm waiting. One of them just messaged me and said they're having a hard time getting on. So like baseball, basketball, sports, I don't think they should play right now because they got players being tested and they're positive.
Right.
So I heard there was another player. Who was it? Howard. Dwight Howard.
I,
He,
I
he
think
was
that, I think it was a basketball player that tested
yeah,
positive.
yeah. He
Yeah,
played for like Orlando. He
right.
tested positive,
Crazy.
but he's a lot better. Then he turned around. And he was like, not want to wear the mask again. So I'm like, wow, that's messed
Yeah,
up.
it's tough. Yeah,
All
it's
right,
tough, man. It's tough.
all right. We got Juan on here. Look who's here.
We got Juan in
Oh,
the
young man.
house.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's up? How you doing, man?
All right, all right.
So while we're waiting for your coaching guy, Rocky, I think he's having problems. So give us a little detail about your career, how you started or when you started, and how does it feel?
So I started, I think, back in 2012 is when I met Rocky, and it's funny. It's funny that you got Rocky on here too, or that you had him on here. Um, he was the first coach I reached out to, and you know, I sent him a message, I think, on Facebook, and it was, "Hey, I just moved back. I graduated college and moved back to Texas, and I need somewhere to train." Um, in Conroe, he was the only person training for MMA at the time, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, meet me at." And he gave me a house address, and he literally had a cage in a garage at his or at one of his students' house, and we trained there for
Nice.
probably we trained there for probably about a month or two till we actually got a building. He was in between getting another building, so my first interaction with Rocky Long was in a garage getting trained by
Hey,
him. Yep.
hey. A lot of great fighters come out like that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
Training has no limitations. Whether it's in a basement, garage, backyard. Listen, whatever you make it happen somehow. You know.
That's right. And then I did my little research on him whenever I messaged him, and his nickname was the Texas Legend, and everybody around knew him. Everybody knew him. Everybody knew of him. They knew he's a hardcore guy.
Right.
When it's time to go, when his name gets called, he shows up and he goes to war. He's very
Nice.
old school. Old school. I think
Right.
he
Right.
used to tell me stories about whenever they used to do open palm MMA in Texas.
Right.
Like that's how long he's been in the game. So
Right. That was Pancrease.
right,
Right. You couldn't punch, but you use your palms.
right,
Right.
right.
It's called pancrease. I don't know what they call it here. Yeah, I don't know what they call it here, but back in Europe, that's what it was.
Pancrease, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I remember
So,
that. Wow. That was a long time ago.
Long time ago, yeah.
Yeah.
all right, guess who's coming on right now?
Uh-oh,
Let's bring him
trouble.
on. There we go. Rocky.
There
Hey,
you
Ah,
go.
there he
Hey, what's
is.
up?
What's going on?
Not much. What y'all doing?
just
Well, actually, we were talking about you. One was talking about when he finished college and he called you and he gave him a house address. You had a cage in the garage and everything. That's how you guys started.
Yeah.
You know?
We did. It was
Yeah.
cool getting a call from him that day. I remember getting that call, and I'm like, yeah, come on out. I give him the address where we're at. I was staying with a real good friend of mine, Josh Pitts, and we were sitting there, and we set up my cage in his garage. And I told him, yeah, you come out here and train. He was looking for a place to train, and told him, come
Right.
on. I said, we're small, but we're real. And we went at it, got there and trained, and I mean, I brought up, Juan turned pro out of that garage.
Nice.
My son, my nephew won a couple Golden Gloves training out that garage. We
Yeah.
had another pro debut winning out that garage. Remember Kyle?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was telling him, listen, when real training, has no place, whether it's in the basement, garage, backyard, whatever you could get it in, you get it in. So, it's if anything, it's also a very humble experience, you know what I'm saying? Because, you start the guys that have money, that they go with the big gyms, the big camps, and they still don't become good fighters, you know what I'm saying? But when you train like that, it really humbles you, you know what I'm saying? Because you always look back and be like, wow, that's why I started,
Yeah.
To this day, I tell everybody
Yeah.
to this day, man, that the two of my hardest camps came from Rocky Long, man. I remember, barely being able to get up and Rocky yelling, "Get up!" and him kicking me in the belly and punching me across the face when I could barely even breathe, man. Old school.
Yeah. That's funny because that's how I used to train my cousins too. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be tired and breathing for air. I said, "Get up." By the third time they don't get up, I kick him and punch him in the stomach. So, Rocky, you got the right idea. You got the right idea. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, Juan, I got a question for you real quick. From your last fight you had about a week or two ago, give us a breakdown of how you felt about that fight.
Coming into it, I felt really prepared. I felt ready to go, and I think it was just the whole atmosphere definitely, made it to where I was extra nervous or whatever you want to call it. It was different. There was no crowd. The crowd noise was coming from speakers, and it was different.
Yeah.
First time fighting on ESPN, live on ESPN. It's something that I look forward to going back and doing again and being more prepared next time.
I mean, how can you prepare for something like that? I mean, we living in different times with this COVID thing and fighting with no audience, where you expect to have the audience. You want people to see you. You want to interact with a fan, whether it's before the fight, during the fight, and after the fight. I love it when I go into fighting and hear the crowd, because some people get nervous. I get amped up. You know what I'm saying?
Gives you the high.
Oh my God. Oh my God! It's like something. You be in the locker room, you be a little nervous. You start to doubt yourself. But once they call your name and you walk into the crowd, you hear that crowd. It's like everything goes away. Nothing else matters. Like, okay, I train hard for this. It's my time.
Right.
So, Rocky, what you think about Juan when you training him back in the days? You think he's doing awesome right now with his career?
Well, he's doing great. It's fun seeing his name pop up and see everything he's doing, and seeing where he came from and how he started. And I was getting, I'm happy that I was able to help him get started in his pro career. Picking good fights for him, just making sure he succeeded and did well in what he had to when it came to the sport. And then I see him boxing, and it's funny because he was a jiu-jitsu guy when he came to me. And then, I was like, I would let your hands go a little bit. I remember he ended up knocking some guy out, and, when one of his fights, a good wrestler, and I was like, good. He didn't have to do jiu-jitsu with him. He started laying people out with his hands. I knew he could punch. And here's my deal. I don't care if you're a jiu-jitsu guy or a wrestler, whatever you are. But when you're going to train with me, I'm going to make you throw hands. So whenever you start training, we're going to train you to learn. You're going to learn whether you're going to do it or not, and that's fine. I mean, I want you to do what you're good at when you train with me, but you're going to know how to defend yourself, how to let them go when it comes to punching, whatever you got to do when you're fighting with the strikes.
Yeah, but that's something that a lot of trainers don't do. That's great of you to do, Rocky, because a lot of guys, when they train, they concentrate so much on the guy's strength and not so much on their weakness. Very few trainers, say, well, you're a good jiu-jitsu guy. Let's do the opposite. Concentrate on your striking. A lot of coaches don't do that. So I'm the kind of guy that you come with me with a wrestling, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, whatever's your weakness, I'm gonna try to enhance that more, because guess what? One day you're gonna fight somebody who's gonna see that. So wait a minute, his weakness is standing, so let's take him down. You know what I'm saying? So it's smart of you to do that. Not a lot of coaches do that. So that's very smart of you. That says a lot about your coaching and your experience, your maturity. I like that.
I used to hate him making me kick, and the kicking, I never got, I never got good with that. And he'd make me kick. He'd make it to where my hip flexors were sore for a whole 2 weeks.
But that's how you do it. Right. People understand that train your weakness, enhance your strength. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's standing or jiu-jitsu, very few coaches know how to do that. They concentrate not so much on that, because you got jiu-jitsu, wrestling, then you got stand up, and you got conditioning. You got everything got to be 100%, not just 25 here, 25 there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's very smart, Rocky. I like that.
So Rocky, we got to ask you this. Tell us a little bit about yourself when you started fighting and where it got you today.
Well, I started in my first pro fight was in 2001. I used to train before. There wasn't really no jiu-jitsu gyms around or nothing where I lived at in Texas, north of Houston. And I remember one day somebody told me that some guy opened up an MMA gym close by, and I went over there to go check it out. Eve Edwards had opened a gym close by where I was living in the Woodlands, Texas. And I went in there and started training with him, and I knew I wanted to do this. I remember watching the first UFC when I was 14 years old.
Wow.
Same story with everybody when they seen it. You're like, man, I want to try that. And then you see that small guy taking out the big guy. Hoist Gracie
Yeah.
doing all the
Always
jiu-jitsu.
crazy. Yeah.
I didn't even know what that was, but I wanted to
Yeah.
learn it. And then, and like I said, ended up going with Eve Edwards, and then from there it changed around. I started learning how to strike. Started kicking, punching. Of course, my wrestling and jiu-jitsu and all that came together there. I mean, really, there wasn't no wrestling in Texas. It was, at my time, it was just jiu-jitsu or boxing, and some kickboxing. Every once in a while we had a couple of Muay Thai guys come in. Pete Spratt would come to the gym and train with us once a week when I was training with Eve Edwards. But he moved away after a while. It was pretty cool though, to get to know him. I got to work his corner 3 times in the UFC. We were. He ended up moving to Florida for a while, and I don't know. I think he's in Los Angeles now, I think. But yeah, he had fought for UFC for a little while. We did. I did a lot with him. It was real good. That's what got me started with all of this. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have got to do anything with all of this. This sport, and I'm real grateful to him because of what I found in this sport. It's been awesome. It's been a great journey in my life to do that. To be able to do this, and now it's like I see all these new sports coming up, and I'm like, man, I need to do this. Like you see the whole bare knuckle thing popped up. I was like,
Yeah.
Juan's fun in there. We messaged back and forth on Facebook. Juan's like, you need to get on this, man. I need to see you
Hey,
in here.
I'm jumping. I'm jumping in the wagon, Rocky. I'm jumping in the wagon. I'm there with you, man. When I heard it, man, it's funny because when I first heard it, Carlos Leon, who's a buddy of mine, we grew up together in the Bronx, New York. He told me
Yeah.
about it, and he told me about that Cruz. You could do this. I'm like, nah. I'm a kickboxer / MMA guy. I'm not gonna do no bare knuckle. So fast forward a couple of weeks later, because I talked to my management about it, and both of them looked at me like, no, you're not doing that. You crazy? So after discussion, I said, listen. So they came to me and said, Cruz, you could do this. I said, what are you talking about? I've been saying that already. So let's do it.
Yeah, no, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, wow, and I have a son that's 21 now, and I was training him. I've been training. He's been fighting he fought for 10 years, amateur boxing.
Wow.
Real good, real fast. He could he could get with any other even professional MMA guys, but of course he's a boxer. But that style, that caliber of boxer, you get to let him go.
Right.
And with guys like that, he was putting down big guys, the
Nice.
200-pound guys with body shots and all that. And
Ooh.
and remember, I was talking to him, and I'm like, boy, we need to jump on one of these shows one day together. It'd be funny. But and ever since then, I was like, it'd be fun to do this. Just jumping in there and do this show, and then seeing, like I said, seeing Juan fight in there. I've seen a couple of my old opponents that fought that I fought before fighting on that show, and I'm like, we can go. I said, I used to strike with them, and then he didn't want to have fun with it when we fought.
Right.
I said, this would be fun to do that. And
yeah, man. I mean, we were fighting the street for free, so it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I basically fought for free.
Right.
I remember my first pro fight in MMA 2001. They didn't give me nothing. The promoter.
Wow.
I flew you out here. Yeah, we're even. We're good. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I had no clue. My second fight, the guy goes, well, I paid for your medicals, this and that. Here's $20, right? I'm like,
wow.
Okay. I remember when I first made like $100, $200, I was happy, man. Had money to go out drinking that night. But that was it. I mean, I just remember how it was, and now it's like, wow, you guys got it made now. But I mean, it's a new experience. I'm glad that
it is.
These guys that at Bare Knuckle, I'm thankful for those guys. Paul Tyler reached back out to me and everything about getting on there, and Juan was telling me get a hold of him, and I would I would fill out the information to get put on that show. Because I did a lot in the MMA. I've had 62 pro fights.
Damn.
I've won seven titles, professional titles in MMA in the cage. And just I've done a lot of with that. But then this thing popped up. At first, I was just I wanted my son to do it, and then I was like, I want to do this. And then from then on, I've been waiting.
You're still young.
Yeah, and then I saw the I think it was in. Somebody contacted me. Oh, it was David Feldman. I messaged him on Facebook, and I sent him a video link. Johnny Bedford, their lightweight champion. We fought 2 times in Texas, a couple of times. We got along real well. Well, I found out that he did this. I had found out he did a video talking about me, saying I was the toughest fight he had. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, that he did that. So I sent that video over to David Feldman. And then I said, yeah, I'd like to get on this show. And he was like, I'll get back to you. But he hadn't got back to me. And I'm like, it'd be cool if he really calls me or something. Or messages me back. We get the hold of me. But I was like, I didn't want to stay cold because I hadn't done nothing in a while.
Right.
So I started training for MMA fight. I took a fight in March 24th of this year. And it was in a fight in Massachusetts. So I was training pretty hard for it. And I wasn't training necessarily for the MMA fight. I mean, I was training because I wanted to be in fight shape to fight for in case the bare knuckle caught me. Because if it would have caught me, I would have pulled out of that show and fought. I mean, it would have sucked.
Right. Of course.
I was just too they were excited about it. So, fine, I'll stay in shape, go fight, and so I won't be all cold when I step in that ring and they call me to fight bare knuckle. Then the whole pandemic started. And I got shut out, man. But I was training the whole time, and then I was training also another guy out here in Pittsburgh, Kama Worthy. He was fighting in the UFC. He's 2-0 in the UFC now, two finishes. Well, we were training together because he was getting ready for a UFC fight too, and then of course the whole pandemic thing happened. So we kept training because they were going to call him back, and we kept training and everything, and I was just waiting, hoping something would happen, and then I finally But then Paul Tyler called, messaged me, and we started talking, gave my number. He was calling me about getting in there and fighting. I'm like, yeah, I've been trying to get on. He goes, yeah, I know. It's been a while. He got a couple of my messages, so I was excited. I'm like, okay. So I've been training since then. I was fight training MMA fight. Then that fight got canceled the day of weigh-ins, the fight that I was gonna have because of the whole pandemic. And then I just stayed training, and I just let my hands go. And I've always been okay with just punching. The whole MMA thing. It was been great, but I know that that nobody would stand and actually trade. I mean, they'd kick. You're always anticipating somebody to grab you, kick you, or something, or try to wrestle you to the ground. But in this bare knuckle, it's kind of like you do the dirty boxing, but you let those hands go, and it's like they have nowhere to go. You're just gonna have to fight. And then I like watching the world champion boxers that have been on there fighting. It's like. Bare knuckle is bare knuckle. It's not MMA. It's not boxing. It's different.
Whole different world. Whole different world.
I was like, man, that's awesome. But you did that. Completely different. You got a taste of that. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah. And you see a lot of these guys, like Paul Nanaji, all these guys, big names. And they get in there and their strategy sucks. Their fighting sucks because it's a whole different ball game. Every punch, when you get hit, bare knuckle, every punch counts. What I'm saying? It's not like boxing where you could get hit 10, 20 times and you might be all right. But with bare knuckle, that does not work.
With a little slow jab in my face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like that.
Easy. I saw that. I was like, man, you got to be accurate. These boys. Because, I mean, you fight with these guys, the guys, we basically have a cast in our hand when you're fighting MMA.
Right.
It's just like, or boxing, and it's like, these guys throw haymakers like crazy, and it's like you can't do that. I remember watching
you cannot.
Crazy Horse knocks everybody out, and I remember him. I thought he was gonna go out there and start killing people, and he breaks his hands and he's done with. And then
because in boxing, kickboxing, MMA, they wrap their hands, and plus they use their gloves. A lot of these guys don't have strong hands, or they condition their hands to fight bare knuckle. Very rare. A lot of guys condition their knuckles. So of course. If you're not, trained that way, every punch you're gonna break your hands easy, and then not only it's gonna hurt. First, it's gonna hurt to begin with because you're not used to hit bare knuckle like that. Somebody in the forehead or whatever, and then a lot of them will break their hands It's not easy, man. It's not for everybody, but
Yep.
you have to
And
be a
then
little crazy.
and I know the boxers on there have seen that are real good. I mean, you see those guys, like Malignaggi, but I think that they're so conditioned to have their hands wrapped, so whenever they don't have
Hmm.
their hands protected, they feel naked. They feel like they can't
That's
really let
right.
them go, and then
That's right.
and they're just so used to having them all padded up.
That's
So
right.
yeah, it's like they don't punch, they don't give their full potential in their boxing
Nope.
because they can't,
They
they
can't. They
can't,
can't. And they're afraid to get injured. They're afraid to let it
yeah.
go because they're afraid they're gonna break their hands. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's not for everybody. It's not.
Mhm.
Hey Juan, I got a question for you. You're fighting heavyweight, right? In a
Yes.
BKFC? Are you fighting in a bare knuckle fight? Are you in the heavyweight division?
Yes,
Or
I'm in the heavyweight division. Yes, sir.
Oh, good,
so
because
who would
I'm only 170. I don't want to fight you.
No,
so
I
you
weigh
you know
about 250 pounds.
especially you training with Rocky. Hell no, I don't want to fight you. Get out of here. Get out of here.
so,
Leave,
so
leave, leave, leave,
Tony
leave the
Lopez?
170 division to me.
So do you know Tony Lopez?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's one of the guys that, man, I would love to fight one day, man. I remember when the BKSC came up and everything. I was like, man, you know, I'd love to set up a fight with him, man. I'm always looking to fight the toughest, and I'm a brawler, dude. Like, I'll just sit there and
That'll be a great fight. Oh my God, you two. Oh my God.
that'd be.
Hey, Fuller, you gotta reach out to Bare Knuckle. That fight will be a great fight. Them
Yeah.
two. Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
So both of you guys, how's your training been since this COVID-19 and loot going out, and we still got the shutdown starting back up? How are you guys be able to keep up with your training and stuff?
So me, I never really stopped training. Like, I'm blessed enough to where I had the gym I could go to and open it up and train by myself and
Nice.
leave and have one-on-ones with my coach. It actually helped. It helped me, fix a few issues that I had with my boxing because I've only been boxing for 2 years now, and the footwork and there's so much stuff that I needed to fix. So you know 2 months I just did straight footwork, didn't punch anybody, didn't really did a lot of running, and it really showed and it helped.
What about you, Rocky?
Well, for me, like I said, I was fortunate enough. One of the guys that I started training with he heard about me from a mutual friend, and he knows that I like to. I'll let him go. I like to bang and punch. I don't care, and he was like, he invited me to go train with him, which is it's Kama worthy, and since he's new to the UFC, he's getting ready for fights all the time, and they don't know they're getting called. So I ended up, I had to go. We'd get together at his gym and train. I mean, and other than that, I was like, I've been training. I have my garage. I have a cage in there. You're like Cage One. I have it in my garage now.
You still
I have it
got
set
it?
up.
Run
Like
it
yeah,
Still
down.
got
I was
it.
wondering what
Still
happened
got it.
to it.
yeah. I got
That
I
cage
got
ain't
my
going
bag.
nowhere. That cage ain't
Yeah,
going nowhere.
I got my bag. I got my bags in there. I know it's there. I got my bags in
That's
there hanging.
awesome.
My double limb, my speed bag. My
Nice.
I got everything. I go hit do my road work. I go running, and I start do my bag work, and I get my sparring with a couple good guys. From the guys out there and here in Pittsburgh. So it's been good, and I had a good training team at. I'm an instructor at Team Renzo Gracie Pittsburgh, and
No way.
and the guys out there, they got a good team out there. A couple up and comers, MMA fighters, Jonas Rubiano, and then the coach Will Morrow, Michael Wilkins, real good wrestler. He was fought in Bellator, got his thing last year, and he did real well. And a couple other kids, a lot of good people come through there. It was
Wow.
pretty. It was pretty cool. I had Robert Meese, Cody Garbrandt's uncle.
Right.
Cody Garbrandt came to the gym 2 weeks ago to go train. I didn't get a chance to go there when he trained, but also Julian Lane came to our gym to train, and I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
I was helping.
He's
Yeah,
from
I was helping.
Ohio.
Yeah, I was helping out. So I was helping our Muay Thai team get ready for fights, and I was just training them with their boxing. So I was in there boxing with the guys. They had just done like 10 rounds. And
Right.
Robert Meese had come in there with Julian Lane, and then their head instructor Warren Stout. He's real cool. He's our boss. He runs the gym and everything. and he's one of the Gracie's black belts also. He goes, "Hey Rocky,
Wow.
can you come in here and help?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up, man?" He goes, "Yeah, we need some sparring." And then we see Julian Lane. I'm like, "All right, let's go." So I just did 10 rounds. I was all sweaty and everything. Like, I'll give what I can. Then, I don't know, the light switch turned on and we just started going. And everybody's like, "Man, you guys look crazy." We just started letting the hands go, And Julian Lane was fighting. It was the week before he had to fight Leonard Garcia in Cancun. And he was getting ready for that fight. And me and him were just going with it for like 2 rounds. I was like, man, I mean, he's bigger. He's way bigger than me. But I mean,
Right.
I got to finally like box somebody that was actually boxing with me, let him go. It was
Nice,
awesome.
nice.
And then I was like, and Julian was cool. He's like, "Hey man, I'll talk to the boss, man, and try to get you in if I can." I said, "Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. Let's do that." I said, "Let's go." I said, "You gonna fight in there?" I said, "I'll do it." And he had fought Leonard Garcia that weekend, and didn't go his way. But either way, it was awesome. Like being able to train with people like that. It comes there. Devontae
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
from the UFC. Devontae Smith went through. He fought in the UFC. He came out there, got to spar with him, before at our gym. So it was pretty good. It's been pretty good. And I've been telling Juan, hopefully he can come up to Pittsburgh. I'll put him through hell over there.
It's funny you mentioned Renzo Gracie. I'm the first one now in Ohio to teach and represent Team Renzo Gracie in Ohio.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yeah. I've been training with Renzo Gracie in New York for now 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Where I got a picture with, of course, the school is at Renzo Gracie, but John Danaher, he's the one who's an instructor.
Yeah.
But I train alongside with Frankie Edgar, GSP, Safai Saponatal, Chris Wyman. The list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
That's
No, it's
awesome.
been good. I got to train with a lot of those guys. I mean, out here too.
Awesome.
It came back again. I'm older now than when I was younger. I used to be when I was with Eve Edwards back then. You used to train and fight with a lot of people. But now it's like, man, look at these guys coming through here. I was like, all right, and I'm out here, just letting them go. And people get surprised. They're like, "Man, how many fights have you had?" I said, "I don't know, about 50 something, 60. I forgot, man. I'm just there." I remember when I walked into that gym, Renzo Gracie. I just wanted a place to train when I moved here. And then I showed up and I talked to the guy at the front desk and I was like, "Hey, I asked him about the schedule and what, when I come to train and all that kind of stuff and how much it was going to be." He's like, "Yeah, that's cool. Have you had any fights?" So yeah, I had a few, And then he goes, "Oh, how many?" He goes, "Really, a few? How many?" I said, "I don't know, about 50 something. I don't remember." And then he looked me up and then they were like, and I came up to the gym like, "Hey man, you need to come and train in our fight team practice."
That's
like,
right.
All right. I went up there and started training with the guys. So I mean, it's been cool ever since I started teaching over there, training people, training a couple amateur fighters.
That is great.
Help to work, and then it's cool. I get to work with some of the pros, like I said. Julian Lane came through there. I got to let him go with him.
He wants to train with me in my gym.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because he's in Mansfield, Ohio. I'm in Dayton, which is a couple hours away. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, "Listen, come down, man. Let's do it."
Yeah, and like Robert Meese comes through all the time, our gym, and he's always like
awesome,
good pointers and all that kind of stuff to train in.
Hell yeah,
work on, and it's been good. And now ever since before the pandemic, all I've been doing is just training, helping, and it's good that I've been training with people like Kama Worthy now, people that he's getting ready for his getting ready for another UFC fight, and it's like all I've been doing is I remember training with him, 3 or 4 fights before he got in the UFC, and he was taking people out since then. And it's just like, so I have a guy with a good group of people to train with consistently now. Because for a while, things change when you don't got people to train with consistently.
No,
for yourself, it's hard. But when I'm coaching people, that's great. And also, like Juan, when I started training with Juan, I really wasn't training with nobody. Like I was kind of like self-trained at the time. I was just working, helping the guys, help build them up. And like now it's like now I get a chance to like train again. Of course, it would have been cool if I'd done it a few years back, but it doesn't matter. When I see bare knuckles, see these guys fight in there, I say, "No, I can do this. These guys are my age in here. Let's go."
Yeah. I mean, I'm in my 40s too. And it's like, listen, even when I was in my 30s and 40s, I was fighting guys, younger than me anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I don't let the age get to me because even when I'm not fighting, I'm still training. I've been doing martial arts. I was 6 years old. And I remember the first day I went to Renzo, being a 3-time kickboxing champion from New York. He said, "Cruz, go to the team class because they have a certain class only for the team." You know what I'm saying? I didn't think nothing of it. I go there, and there's Frankie Edgar, GSP. I'm like, are you kidding me? Got my ass whipped for weeks.
Yeah.
Because I'm a kickboxing champion, but this is MMA. You see what I'm saying? I'm not used to the takedown and the submission and stuff like that. It took me a while to to adjust.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun now. Now that I've been
it's
getting ready
fun,
for
man.
bare knuckles, now that I've been getting ready for this bare knuckle stuff, that's been cool because now I get to just box more, and it's like the whole thing over here. All the guys out here, they know how to wrestle real good. I mean, if we're from Texas, we would scrap, but we didn't really wrestle as much.
Yeah,
Right.
And we didn't get after it, but out here it's like that. But now I'm able to box a little more, train with the right people, and it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah. Different experience. You know what I'm saying? It's something new in our records, so it should be cool.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
So
I
Juan,
can't wait.
I'm sorry. Hey Juan, I got a quick question before I forget. As you're training for your next fight, boxing or BKFC, is there a specific opponent that you want to call out?
not really. I'm not really into calling folks out. There's people.
Call somebody out. Just call somebody out.
There's not really, nobody special that I'd like to call out. BKSC, that we're in talks right now. Hopefully, I get a fight in August or September with them. I've been talking to Nate about that, and boxing. We're trying to stay, as busy as possible, trying to get that record up and get that ranking going up. So, whoever they put in front of me, the goal is to knock them out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, good attitude. Absolutely.
So Rocky, I'm a Rocky fan. So are you gonna call out Paulo next? I'm just kidding, man. So I'm not sure how much longer you're gonna fight, but if you go to bare knuckle, is there a particular person you want to fight, or you just want to fight? Period.
No, I just want to fight. Period. I mean, whoever they put in front of me is gonna happen. Whoever it is, and like I'm taking this so serious right now. I'm training my butt off like I haven't before. It's been a long time since I've been training like the way I am now. Getting up early in the morning, getting my road work running. Like I haven't trained like this in years.
Nice.
And it's like
nice.
It's like I feel like I'm starting over fighting here. It's like a clean slate. I have my pro MMA fights and. I did all that kind of stuff, and now this is all. Bare knuckle is a whole different sport, and I was like, "All right,
it is.
I'm gonna put a stamp
on there,
and I can't wait." I said, wherever they come, the only thing I want them to think is like nobody should have ever called me back. They should have never told me to sign nothing. Because when I get out there and fight, they're gonna go, "Man, this man should have never been out here." You're gonna feel the pressure I could put on somebody, and how ugly it's gonna get when I get to do what I like doing, letting my hands go, because there's no other choice in there. You're gonna have to punch. You have to do that.
That's gonna be his logo. You should never call me back.
That's something that
you should never call me back.
Man, this sport, bare knuckle, it's built for Rocky, man. Like they will not regret having Rocky on one of their.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna he does
He'll
everything
put a good show.
They want. He's gonna put that pressure on them, and he's not gonna let off. That's the way Rocky built me to be. That's the way he's always been. Sparring with him, I used to hate sparring with him, and he's 145 pounds, and like I couldn't get his little ass off me.
Right. That's awesome.
My son was a pressure fighter. Juan was made everybody pressure fighter. It's like pressure bust pipes. Yep. We're gonna bust them up.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I mean, I can't wait to see Rocky in the ring. I mean, they need fighters like that because bare knuckle right now is still new. It's still building up their fighters and their division and guys who will come to fight. Because you see a lot of guys that talk a lot. But once in the ring, they really don't produce. You know what I'm saying? Because bare knuckle is not the same as boxing or kickboxing or MMA. So all of a sudden they're playing the defense mode. They don't know why it's changed. You make the fight boring. But we got a guy like Rocky. It's like, listen, we're here to fight, okay? Screw all that. We're here to fight. Let's put on a show,
Rocky Long does not care about his well-being. He doesn't care about us. He don't care about anything.
But that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
Mexican style boxing and bare knuckle.
That's right. There's no stepping back. The minute you step forward, we either toe to toe or not. There's no stepping back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, guess
But
no breaks.
it's easy. It's easy. Said and done. But a lot of fighters who talk a lot of shit, they're not ready for that.
No.
So as I know, bare knuckle fighting is getting bigger. They're getting more fighters from MMA or
Hell yeah.
UFC. So I think bare knuckle is going to be the future because all the fighters, the names are getting. I think UFC is going to have a competition with you guys. So
No, because it's different, Fuller. It's different, and as hard it is to punch somebody with 4-ounce gloves, it's even harder with no gloves. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you really think you're the man, yeah, you might be a champion over there and be good over there. You ain't shit over here because it's a different sport. It's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what name you have, what belt you have on. It's a whole different ball game, a whole different world. Come over here and show me what you made of.
Yep. So before we get off here, Juan, is there anybody you'd like to thank, your sponsor, your coaches?
Yeah, I
Anybody?
definitely. I want to give a shout out to my coaches. They're out here training me daily, and they have the highest belief in me. Believe I can be a world champion. I believe I can be a world champion. All my sponsors. Definitely want to thank Pueblo Boxing. Nate Shook, I want to give a shout out to Nate Shook, and whoever's watching, y'all download that new bare knuckle app. Definitely want to download that and look at the videos. They got some good videos on there. So
nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Rocky?
I want to thank my coach David Sachs for working with me, on the regular. He's Kama Worthy's coach also. I'd like to thank Kama, one of my main sparring partners. Me and him, we go, we train whenever he go, call me, hey Rocky, you want to go get some work in, and we get after it. And it's awesome training with somebody at that level at the competition he's at in UFC. And then the team out at Renzo Gracie, Pittsburgh, the guys out there at Stout Training. Those guys are real good. That's the team I've been when I moved here. I started training with them, and it's awesome. Like we train together, regularly on the week, and fight team practices. We get people around the area to come out there and train. And just thankful for all the guys at BKFC management. I'm glad that they reached out to me and got me, to where I'm at, and signed me on with those guys. I'm ready to just show these guys what I can do. It's like just put me in there. We'll go to work. I'm gonna go to work. I don't want to do much more. But just get in there and go. Put it on somebody or whoever it is. I don't care. There's nobody specifically that I care about. I've fought so many people. It doesn't matter no more. Just get in there and go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but thank God for bare knuckle. The guys, the owners, the promoters, everybody, they're great guys. They take care of the fighters. They're
awesome.
putting a good show. You know what I'm saying? So my hands off for them, man. Keep up a good job, bare knuckle.
Hey, also I want to give a quick shout out to my my manager, Junior Santiago, man. He works his butt off, behind the scenes, just trying to get me the best fights and everything. Also, I'm gonna be on a reality TV show.
No way.
On Fight Vibe TV, I think is what it's called.
Nice.
Y'all be looking out for that too.
Well, you gonna be the bad guy?
Sure. I don't know what.
You know, drama is what sells. You gotta be the bad guy.
Right, huh? Yeah. I'm gonna be the Rico Suave heavyweight with the pimp.
There you go. Now we're talking.
No,
so I appreciate.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Keep up a good job.
I can't wait to see you guys.
Oh yeah, can't wait, man. Woo! Fireworks.
Bare Knuckles coming Friday night. Make sure you watch it.
That's right.
All right, we're on.
Yeah.
Y'all have a blessed
Thanks for
night.
being on Full of
Thank you, guys.
Have a good one, guys.
You too.
Wow, that was awesome. Oh my God. Those guys are top notch, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, woo! You got 145 and a heavyweight. Yeah, that would be a good fight. Him and Tony, man. If bare knuckle could put that together, that's gonna be a nice heavyweight bout, man.
Did you watch us fight last week with
No, I didn't.
Juan? Boy, Juan, you look at the camera. He doesn't look that big. But
Right.
when he goes in the ring, man, he's like I wouldn't want to mess with him. I was like, all those tattoos make him look like
right.
he's a incredible hawk, you know. But he's a good guy. I've been trying to help him get a hold of the promoter, try to get him a boxing fight or
Right, right. No,
probably
help him
bare
out, man.
knuckle.
Help him out. The dude is solid. You know what I'm saying? He has good charisma, good attitude. We need more fighters like that. We need more people like that. You know what I'm saying, to represent the sport. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the sport. A lot of these guys in the sport now, they've been in the sport for a long time. We need new blood. We need new blood. We
Yeah,
need fresh blood, man. We need new people that we haven't seen and give them a chance, man. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Well, I noticed when I looked at the lineup they had on the actual BKFC,
Right.
they didn't have all the new people on there, so
There you
I
go.
couldn't really
There you
tell.
go.
So
There you go.
the newcomers should be able to have more newcomers
Yeah.
more than you have, because you're gonna have a lot of people going to fight, right? You
Yeah.
got too many people that want to fight. I think they
Yeah.
have what 11 fights one night or something.
No, you
11
got
or
you
12
got you
fights.
got you got like 506 main event, and you got like 506
Yeah,
prelims. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, they should
You
do
know,
like what the UFC does. You know how like they
right,
had prelim and underneath they had like
right.
people under. They had this whole like almost 20 some fights that one day,
Yeah,
like a couple
yeah,
months ago.
yeah,
So I mean, I see bare knuckle getting big. So a lot of these fighters, I've talked to a few of them. They anxious to get in a fight, but they're upset
yeah,
that they can't get on the 24 card. So who knows? They might be in the August card. So hopefully,
yeah.
you know,
You know,
we'll see you
when
there
when when
too.
I, when I was coming up with Luis Negla and Ray Longo back in the day in kickboxing in New York, that's how it was. I mean, there was at least like 15, 20 fights in that card. And they divided versus pro fights and amateur fights, and they
Mm.
had they made sure that people that were coming up with the ranks, they were new guys. They had them there, and they had
Yeah,
the people that were already known. They had the main events, but that's how they did it. They had new guys and seasoned guys all together in the same car. You know what I'm saying? And it was exciting. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It was cool.
I do the media coverage out here for IKF Arizona. He does Robert no Richard Williams. He's a promoter out here.
Right.
They have fights up at like Prescott stuff. They have all amateurs, so he's trying to get some pros on there, so he can come in Phoenix because they're not allowed to fight in Phoenix because they have to be sanctioned.
Maybe essentially, yeah.
So yeah, once he gets sanctioned, you can start getting pros, and I can see your buddy out here fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
go anywhere, man. I go anywhere. I don't care. I don't, even in New York, fighting outside of New York, because remember, New York, they had a lot of fights. Only the double KA was essentially fights in New York. Okay, that was before the UFC took over. So you really didn't have a lot of good fights in New York. In New Jersey, when MMA started, New Jersey was sanctioned. So you had to leave from New York, go to New Jersey and other places to fight MMA.
yeah,
So every time I leave New York, I was always the underdog. You know what I'm saying? So I never care about when I find somebody's home or not. I don't care about that. I'm gonna go there and beat somebody up. I never that never gets to me. You know what I'm saying? So I always
yeah.
been the underdog.
So all right, guys. I like to thank people for coming on my show, Eric and Julian. Thanks for showing up on my show, watching for us. There's gonna be a lot of great things happening here
Oh
in the
yeah.
future. I can't
Oh
tell
yeah.
you when. So you're gonna have that big smile all the way up your ears. You're like,
Oh yeah. It's
dang.
gonna be. I mean,
So
the bare knuckle. I don't think bare knuckle is ready for how big it's gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? You got so many
yeah, it's gonna
guys.
take us time.
They
I go.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean, because you got so many guys, whether it's from boxing background, MMA background, kickboxing background, and big names too. Guys who have been around for a long time. They maybe didn't make it to UFC. Maybe they didn't make it to Bellator, but they have a chance to be in bare knuckle, and then they themselves could be stars of the sport and put bare knuckle on the map. That's gonna be huge. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy for
yeah.
all of them, man.
I was thinking about this before. Why can't it don't matter if bare knuckle or UFC. UFC does it, I think. Like 1 week you got a card in a state like Mississippi, then take another card next week to like California or
Right.
Texas or something. So he might have to hire people to do that, but they will probably actually get more fans and more money into that. He might have to spend more, but I think if he spread it out.
You talk about Bell Knuckle?
Bare knuckle, yeah.
Yeah, they were doing that. They were doing that. They were not just sanctioning fights in Florida. They were doing one in New York, which got canceled. I was also looking to find that card before June 26th. They were doing somewhere. I think it was in Arizona or something like that. So they are trying to they're trying to expand. Yeah, they're trying to expand. They're not staying local only in Florida. You know, they're trying to make it bigger. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they're trying. They're doing it.
I hope they do because there's a lot of states that have sanctions. They're hard on it. Like we don't want you. So I hope they come out here in Arizona because I could. I'm here. I could go out there and do some interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
So all right. So before I get off the show, I'll let you guys know once I hit that 1,000 fans, the lucky winner out of the 1,000 fans I have on my show wins a $50 gift card of your choice, and the second winner will win some baits from D&D Baits and a T-shirt along with it. So thank you for watching the Fuller Broadcast 24 Sports News live interviews, media coverage. I interview MMA fighters, boxers, IKF, kickboxers, Muay Thai, BJJ, you name it. I interview anybody. Thanks for being on my show, Anthony the Tiger Cruz.
Anytime, buddy.
Peace out for the Full Broadcast.
Peace.
Beat him senseless.
You and me and you, we gonna throw down. That's right, we gonna get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast with your host, Jeff Fuller, and your co-host, Anthony the Tiger Cruz, bringing you the latest sports updates and interviews with your favorite athletes.